Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yay.
Hey, Monica, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Good. Is it raining in High Point?
Yeah. Well, it's raining in Lexington.
Okay.
It's
Well,
raining here in High Point too.
Okay. Oh, well, John's trying to call me. I'm going to decline. Is he in the room?
I don't know. I'm not in the room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Well, if y'all can hear me, I'm just going to decline, and then maybe I can text him and say I'm in.
Cool.
But listen, this is kind of wild. So, you know that High Point, we just applied for that U.S. Build grant, the $3.3 million, and we didn't get it. But it was kind of ironic because I'm in Lumberton, right outside of Pembroke, and Pembroke did get it. Isn't that wild?
That
So
is
I might
crazy.
drive over there tomorrow and kind of check out what they're going to do. Hi.
Yeah.
But this was their 5th year in a row applying for it. And they said that the USDOT said that no one ever gets it their first year. And it was High Point's first year. So now all the lobbyists are ready to work with us to lobby year after year after year until we get it. So anyway.
Good deal.
Has the meeting started?
We are live, but I don't think we started yet.
Oh, okay. Now I see City of High Point. Okay, I got you.
Is Councilman Moore, is he in the room? Or is Councilman Jones chairing the meeting today?
Jones is chairing.
Okay.
Apparently, they're having technical difficulties on the city side.
All right. Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So I'm at City Hall and decided to remote in on my computer so we get this meeting moving along. Councilman Peters, is that you I hear?
Yes.
Okay. Councilman Holmes, are you there?
I am.
All right. Well, this is Councilman Victor Jones. I'll be sitting in as chair today for Councilman Moore. We are calling to order the September 17th, 4 o'clock meeting of the High Point City Council Finance Committee. I'm here present, and remotely we have Councilwoman Peters and Councilman Holmes. Our first item on the agenda will be presented by Gary Smith. It's item 2020-346, the contract AMIC Equipment Company Freightliner rear loading refuse truck. Gary, if you want to unmute yourself. Eric, is this something you're comfortable you can present to us?
I can try.
You just want
I'll just kind of stand up here, so.
Councilman Holmes, Councilman Peters, can you, Woman Peters, can you hear Eric?
Yes, I can hear Eric.
This item is a rear loading refuse truck. It's being replaced due to its age and the number of hours that the truck has on it. We're using the North Carolina Sheriff's Association contract and requesting replacement with a 2021 Freightliner truck with a new way rear loading refuse body from AMIC Equipment Company. The existing truck is a 2007 with 16,000 hours. It's got a lot of use and mileage on it. The replacement truck is $188,885.63. And that's with the refuse body installation, training, and delivery. It's estimated to be here in 180 to 240 days. And we're also requesting that the old truck be declared as surplus and disposed of through the online auction.
Okay.
Eric, is Councilman Holmes. Do you have any information on the warranty for the new truck? Did you mention that, or can you speak to that?
I can look, and I apologize. I was relying on Gary to be able to do this. It does have a 1-year on-site warranty package. And I'm not certain, I know on some of these trucks that we do an extended warranty. I'm not certain if we have on this one, but we can certainly check and get back with you.
Yeah. If you could check on the cost of the extended warranty package and get back, that would be great. Thanks.
Okay, will do.
And what all does that cover?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions from council on this item? Hearing none, I'll make a motion. We approve item 2020-346. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Holmes. I'll go down the roll. Councilman Holmes, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilman Peters, how do you vote?
Aye.
This is Councilman Jones. I'm an aye. That motion passes. By the way, Councilwoman Peters and Councilman Holmes, there's one item on the agenda, the one with the Easy Go golf cart where the attachment wasn't pulling up. I did forward to you before the meeting started, the PDF of the attachment. If you want to pull it up in your email, we get to the item if you need any more information beyond what you can see on the agenda. Our next item on the agenda is 2020-347, a contract Piedmont Truck Center, Western Star tandem axle dump truck.
I think we have Gary back.
Do we have Gary on the line?
If you can leave the meeting on your machine, we're back up on the spot.
Okay, so what do I need to just leave the meeting?
Yeah, you just leave the meeting, just you personally, and then we'll go back to the mic.
All right, so we're gonna switch me back over to the presentation here in council chambers. So I'm gonna log out of the Zoom meeting.
Councilwoman Peters, are you still there? This is Councilman Holmes. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, good. I think we resolved our audio glitch. Is Councilman Jones back in chambers?
All right, can you guys hear me?
We can.
Yes, yes.
They tried to push me back to the main council chambers, but we're just gonna, so we can wrap this up, we're just gonna continue the
Yep.
rest of the meeting using the laptop here. Who is gonna present? Is Gary on? Gary? Michael, Monica, I definitely miss doing meetings with you in person.
Yeah, eventually we'll get back there, but yeah, this is quite the struggle today.
Yeah. Of course, by the time we get through this, we're all gonna be masters of Zoom and have this thing down to a science. I feel like the designated survivor up here by myself.
Yeah, that's kind of the role today. We all can't be in the same place at once.
Right.
Hey, Gary, I'm gonna put you on speaker. Can you, do this
Looks like Eric's gonna have Gary on speaker
for the?
through my mic.
Okay.
I can see the meeting, but I can't hear anything, like technical difficulties.
Okay, you're on speaker now.
Okay, all right.
Gary, this is Councilman Jones. If you could present to us the information and background regarding item 2020-347.
Okay, and this is the dump truck.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes, the Stormwater Division of Public Works, they have a tandem dump truck in need of replacement due to age. And we're going to use the North Carolina Sheriff's contract with a 2021 Western Star tandem dump truck. It's being recommended for council approval. The division currently has a 2007 International tandem axle dump truck, and the maintenance costs and hours have increased. This is used for transporting rock, dirt, materials, and also it'll be equipped with a snow plow and a salt spreader. The price of $178,804 is for the truck, for the body installation, plow, spreader, and delivery. Estimated delivery is anywhere from 6 to 8 months. And the recommendations also including declaring the old truck as surplus, or could sell it through the online auction process.
Okay. And so we're not increasing the size of our fleet with this one. We're just replacing one.
Correct.
And Gary, I'm going to speak on behalf of myself and Councilman Holmes on this item and the last item. There was a question I think that Councilman Holmes and I both would like answered that you may be able to answer now we got you on the phone. Could you tell us a little bit about the warranties that come with these vehicles and the optional possible extended warranties? What do they cost and what do they cover?
Okay. I don't have the price of the extended warranties. Usually the factory warranties that come with these, 3 years, 36,000 for both of these. They've been adequate for what we do. I typically buy the extended warranties for things like off-road type machinery applications, because in those instances, that's where you really see they can have some expensive repairs, especially with our landfill and Ingleside composting facility equipment. Because of the environment they're in, I usually try to do an extended warranty with those just for the environment. With the others, we really have never really pursued any type of extended warranty because we've never really seen the need for it for what we're using now.
Okay.
Gary, it's Councilman Holmes. You said this is 3 years, 36,000 miles. Do we depreciate our fleet by hours or miles when it comes to warranty? Because I know the last one we talked about the number of hours that was on the vehicle. Depreciation is calculated by the number of service hours, correct?
You're exactly right. Yes.
Okay, thank you. You know what the equivalent of that would be? 36,000 miles to service hours. It may be an odd calculation, but just if you had it off the top of your head.
I'm sorry, you kind of broke up on that. What was the question?
I'm sorry. So if we're converting for the warranty, the number of service hours from the miles of the warranty that are covered, we got 36,000 miles. How many? Do you have calculations on how many service hours that would be equivalent to on the vehicle?
No, sir, I don't. But actually, the truck manufacturers, they will work strictly off of the mileage itself. So that's what they look at. From our perspective, we look at when we service the vehicle, we actually go off of the hours because we're looking at idle time and operating hours both. But if we had a warranty claim, they would go back to the actual mileage on the truck as to determine, how much warranty they would cover. And one good thing about working with the dealers that we have here locally, we are a good customer of many of them. Even if they're outside of the warranty, maybe 40,000 miles, they'll work with us. Sometimes they'll pay for the labor, if we will, buy the parts. So even after that threshold of 36,000 miles, there's still some room there for assistance.
Good. That's kind of where I was driving because if we're depreciating it at hours and they're using miles, we could be far below our service hours before we hit our mileage exhaustion of our warranty. So if we were able to get to a point to where we could kind of negotiate some additional mileage there, it may give us an equivalent time from where we calculate service need versus the warranty would cover us. So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Yes, that's a great point. You're exactly right.
Now, Gary, the vehicle that we are replacing, was it also equipped with the snow plow as well?
Yes, sir. It is sold as a complete unit. Yes. Okay.
So I was just wondering if we're going to be having at least one more truck that would, protect us in case we had any more snow or ice this winter. But it looks like we have the same capacity, about 14 trucks.
Yes, correct. We'll still have this one until the replacement arrives, and it will be prepared. It'll just be like in the spare roll. We'll kind of use it as a last resort if we don't, have to have it.
Okay. Are there any questions for Gary from either Councilman Peters or Councilman Holmes?
No.
I'll entertain a
No,
motion.
I'm good.
I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
I have a motion by Councilman Holmes. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Peters. Councilman Holmes, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilman Peters, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilman Jones, and I vote aye. The motion passes. Our next item on the agenda will be presented, I've got listed, it's always up for grabs on today's call, I guess. Right now, so far as the presenter is Major Ken Steele. Item is 2020-348, a resolution by High Point PD for a K9 Rudo. Major Steele, are you on with us today?
Major Steele's not here. Travis Stroud's here.
All right. Go ahead, sir. You have the floor.
We're requesting to have one of our underperforming to standard K9 Rudo to be declared surplus property so we can retire the dog. It's been in our dogs since 2018, I believe. And it does not perform to the standard that we need for the level that we want to police and for officer safety.
Okay. Chief Stroud, this Councilman Jones here. Out of, I don't know if you can say 1 out of 10, or how often out of the canines that we are purchasing for use in our police department, how many of them statistically are not working out for us?
I don't have the number off the top of my head, but I mean, it's an animal. So you have I would say it's more than we would like, but you're dealing with an animal at the same time. For the most part, we have 2 in-house trainers who are wonderful, and they do a pretty good job. We'll exhaust every effort before we decide to move away from a dog that we purchased.
Okay.
But I don't know the answer. I don't have a number right off the top of my head, Mr. John.
Yeah, I know I've voted on more than one of these so far in my short time here at the city, and there is no, I was asking Manager Almeida earlier, there's no kind of credit with them if the dog doesn't work out, if it's any kind of thing like that, or it's just, we just lose that revenue?
Well, no, I think there is sometimes. It depends on the time frame of the dog from purchase to the time we make this declaration that it's not working out. I think at some point in time during this one, Rudo, he showed promise, but then backtracked, and we became outside of our window. We probably could get credit. But yes, to answer the other part, we have taken dogs back and said, no, this isn't working. Give us another one.
Well, let's shoot for a 2-year, i.e. 14 dog year warranty next time.
Yeah, no kidding. I'll second that.
I was watching, but there was no.
Sounds like you had a question, Councilman
Yeah.
Holmes?
Well, yeah, I was going to ask Chief Stroud, where are we single sourced in our finding our K9 units? Where do we source our K9 units from? Is it a single place?
No, sir. We have several different kennels that we'll use, and we've even gone overseas to get dogs before. We have Toronto 2 trainers, Lieutenant Caldwell and Terrence Garrison, to do that. But we don't lock into one source. No.
Okay. So in this case, will we be returning the animal, or when we say retire, what exactly does that entail?
When we retire the dog, it becomes surplus. Either one of our handlers will take that dog and make it a personal pet. It's not going to do the job as a canine in police work anymore. Nobody will take it once our guys declare it no good. They're that good of trainers. So we'll either find that or a pet-friendly individual to give the dog to.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
At some point in time, Chief Stroud, I'd like to get with you just because I think a lot of as you know, I do a lot of stuff with the veteran community. I think a lot of the programs that I work with personally may have an interest in these situations because I think it may not be suitable for police work, but it might make a great service dog possibly. I don't know. We could talk about it sometime.
Absolutely. We definitely entertain the idea because I think we're probably always going to look for avenues for these dogs to go to. We want them to go to a good spot. I mean, they've been sort of in our family for a couple of years now.
Okay. Any other questions for the chief? All right. Hearing none, I'll make a motion that we approve item 2020-348, resolution.
Second.
As a second by Councilwoman Peters. Councilman Holmes, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilman Peters?
Aye.
And Councilman Jones, I vote aye. The motion passes. I've got our next presenter being Courtney Hemphill. This next item on the agenda is item 2020-349. It's ordinance for the High Point PD proceeds for the sale of police badges.
Yes, I'll be on for that one too. I think Courtney may be on here just in case I mess some of the numbers up.
I'm here, yes.
Okay. Keep me in check, Courtney. But back in early August, we came in front of council asking to have our current badges that we have on our uniforms right now to be declared surplus. We are in the process of getting a new badge, pending our move to the new building. Everyone knows our current badge has the facade of the OH League Law Enforcement building on the front of our badge. So that was not going to be the case when we moved to the new building on Westchester. So we asked to have the old badges surplus, looking for our to be able to buy those badges. We wanted to take the money that we gather from the purchase of these badges from our officers and put back into the purchase of our new badges in 2021. Through the process, we were able to sell our current badges and totaling over $14,000. The price of the new badges is going to be roughly 33 something. I don't remember the exact number. But anyway, we're looking to take the money that we made from the sale of our badges, put that money back into the budget.
Okay, it seems to be some feedback, but I think what I'm seeing is that we're appropriating the receipt of 34.
Yes. Right. We sold our old badges. We're wearing now. We're still wearing them. Our officers were also given the opportunity to buy our new badge. They were given a chance to buy a secondary badge. We will clearly every officer will get a new badge to wear on their uniform. Our officers were given the chance to buy a secondary badge. Like for example, I carry a badge in my pocket when I'm off duty wearing plain clothes. So our officers will get a chance to buy an additional badge. That money comes out of our pocket. We're looking for every bit of the purchase from we had from our old badge and the supplemental purchase of our new badges back into.
Okay.
Now, what we're short from the 14,000 to cover the cost of the new badge, we'll take with the other money out of our equitable sharing or our seized fund, so it will not come out of the budget.
Does anyone have any questions for Chief on item 341?
So this will be cost neutral, but because of
Nothing out of the budget, correct?
all right. Thank you. That's all I have.
All right, and hearing no more discussion, as Councilman Jones, I'll make a motion that we approve item S 349.
Second.
Second. Oh, sorry, third.
Second by Councilman Peters. Councilman Holmes, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilwoman Peters, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilman Jones votes aye. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Our next presenter is.
May I add one last comment, just so you all know, approximately 1 out of 10 canines don't work out for us. I was given that detail as you all were moving through the processes. So
Very good. Thank you for that information. 1 out of 10. Thank you. Our next item is item 2020-350, resolution from the Piedmont Tribe Regional Mobility Management Call Center. I believe Angela Wines is supposed to present.
I'm here.
All right. Thank you, Angela. Take it away.
Okay. In 2015, City Council originally entered into a local agreement with PART for the operation of a regional call center. All of the systems in the triad came together, and eventually PART, High Point, Davidson County all agreed that the call center would handle our information calls, those calls for when is the next bus coming, where is my bus, and then lost and found items, things like that. That has worked out very well for us. That's about 1,500 calls on average a month that we do not have to answer. And that allows our staff to focus on doing other things since we all wear multiple hats here. The call center is open from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. And then as we begin to expand our hours, they will work with us to answer those phone calls. It is costing city share is about $20,000 a year out of the total almost $40,000 for the operation of the call center for us. Like I said, it's worked out very well over the last 5 years, and I don't see that that would change. I would expect that honestly it would only get better as we now have 5 years under our belt.
Very good. Thank you, Angela. Any questions from council for Angela?
No.
Hearing none, I'll make a motion that we approve item 2020-350.
Second.
All right, we have a second by Councilman Holmes. All right, Councilman Holmes, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilwoman Peters, how do you vote?
Aye.
This is Councilman Jones, I vote aye. That motion passes. Lee Tillery, I've got you down as our next presenter, presenting item -2020-351. This is a contract with Easy Go Golf Cart 3 years lease program. This is what I mentioned to you earlier, Councilman Peters or Councilman Holmes. If you need the PDF attachment, I did send it to your email.
Yes, sir. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, Lee.
Okay.
Yes.
Before you guys is an agenda item for a continuation of a lease program we have for our golf carts at both Blair Park and Oak Hollow. We were nearing the end of a 3-year lease with EasyGo, and EasyGo approached us about applying the same rates for the next 3 years from 2020 now until 2023. So we thought this was a good deal with all the uncertainty really in the world now. This does produce a new fleet of carts for us that we lease for both golf courses, 60 at each course. They are electric carts. They're the 2021 models. So definitely good golf carts. We've had great success with EasyGo over the last, probably 12 years. This does come with a service contract, which is probably the biggest benefit of leasing these carts. So we're not responsible for the overall maintenance. We do some routine maintenance, and of course now we do a lot more sanitization with the carts, but any major repairs go through EasyGo as far as this lease program. So it's been a good program. We've had a lot of success with EasyGo, so we're recommending approval. The annual cost for both courses is $124,505. The 3-year lease that's before you guys tonight or today is for $373,515. I'd be glad to answer any questions you guys may have.
Okay, you said 60, and then I'm seeing the number 48 as well. So is it 48 carts or 60 carts?
I should say 120 on one of those attachments. Covers 60 per course. And then there's another agreement for 3 utility vehicles. So there, the 3 utility vehicles are used at Oak Hollow Golf Course. One is a beverage course. A beverage cart. The other 2 are utility vehicles due to the location of our maintenance shop as it relates to the golf course.
Okay.
Lee, it's Councilman Holmes. Is 60 a full replacement of the golf cart fleet?
Yes, sir, it is. So 60 at each location is what we've done for a number of years. That seems to be able to handle us at maximum capacity. It's changed this year, Councilman, with what we were doing early on with COVID and doing single carts and things like that. So that did affect our tee time. But typically, if we're putting 2 in a cart, that can meet all of our demand at both golf courses.
Great. The last fleet was purchased when?
So it was a lease program, so they would have come in 3 years ago. So that would have been 2017.
Okay. Thank you.
We're currently just in a lease situation, just continuing a further release situation.
That is correct. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes.
The 48 that's referenced is actually the model number TXT48.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Thank you for clarification. All right. Any other questions for Mr. Tillery?
No.
Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
A motion by Councilman Holmes.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman Peters. All right, Councilman Holmes, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilwoman Peters, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilman Jones, and I vote aye. That motion passes. Lee, still got you on. So Lee, you're going to talk to us about item 2020-352, contract with HH Architecture, the City Lake Park Master Plan.
Yes, sir. This agenda item is in reference, just like you said, a contract with HH Architecture out of Raleigh for continued design plans of the City Lake Park Master Plan. That's the plan that we are utilizing for the bond project out at City Lake Park. As you guys will recall, we've already completed or just completed schematic design, which is the first phase of design for this project. And what we would like to do is just move forward by each design contract. As we're seeing numbers coming in pretty high, I'd rather us not pay for design or have design fees or design anything we may not be able to do according to our budget and what came in with the allocated budget with the bond project. So this covers our second phase of design, this contract before you for design development. The contract cost is $417,300. When this is completed in 10 weeks, this will bring us to about 60% design of that project. So then we'll still have additional services, obviously, to get to the point where we can bid this project out. And we're hoping to be able to bid this project out early in the spring of 2021. Upon conclusion of this contract and this design phase, then we'll move into construction documentation. So we'll have a better idea of what we can fit within our budget of the 9.5 million and then move forward with the project. Be glad to answer any questions you guys may have.
Thank you, Lee.
Hey, Lee, this is Councilman Holmes. The process, when you get ready to bid this out, can you explain to those who may be listening the process if they're in public and they want to bid on portions of this project, how they would go about it?
Yes, sir, absolutely. So this is a hard bid design, so it's a little different than a contractor at risk or a design build. So this would be available to anyone who qualifies to bid for the project. So with the cost of this project, this will run through our purchasing department, Councilman. So they would take it from there. If qualified applicants are registered through the city, they can certainly bid on this project. So we advertise it. We'll take it through the whole purchasing process, do a pre-bid meeting on site, make sure everybody's clear on the specifications, and then put it out for a public bid when they come in. And obviously they can come in, bid the project. And in this case, if we have a responsible bidder that is the lowest bidder, then we would provide that contract to whoever that is.
Thank you. So the information when you get ready for pre-bids and things of that nature found on the city's website?
Correct. Yes, through our purchasing division, yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Lee.
Sure.
Any other questions for Lee on item 352? Hearing none, I'll make a motion. We approve item 2020-352.
Second.
The second by Councilwoman Peters. Councilman Holmes, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilwoman Peters, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilman Jones, I vote aye. That motion passed. Bobby Fitzgerald will be our next presenter. Bobby will be presenting item 2020-353, Ordinance of High Point Historical Society donation.
Good afternoon. Can everyone hear me? Sorry, to start out.
Yes.
Okay. As you all may recall, we made some adjustments to our museum operation in our fiscal year 21 budget. One of the items that was reduced were the museum park interpreters. The Historical Society, the High Point Historical Society, has agreed to temporarily fund those positions this year with a donation of $6,000. This item will appropriate that $6,000 and allow museum management to bring those interpreters on. There is no city match for this funding. It is an outright grant for this purpose, or contribution for this purpose.
Cool, thank you. Any questions for Bobby? I just want to say personally, thank you to Councilwoman Peters. Back when we were originally going over our budgets and challenges that we were going to have on this year's fiscal budget, I was doing some work behind the scenes, and then I talked to her. She's doing work behind the scenes, and her role with, I believe it's the museum board. Is that correct, Councilman Peters?
Yes.
And just the collaboration of several nonprofits and philanthropic people and Councilwoman Peters and just the different people that came together to make sure that continued forward and stayed operational. So kudos to you, Monica.
Thank you, Councilman Jones.
Well done.
All right. Hearing no more discussion, I will make a motion that we approve item 2020-353.
So good afternoon once again. This is a capital project ordinance.
Bobby, hold up.
Oh, sure.
we got to vote on the first one before you get to.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So, I second.
All right. So I'm a second by Councilman Holmes. Councilman Holmes, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilwoman Peters, how do you vote?
Aye.
Ms. Councilman Jones, I vote aye. Bobby, we have the next item for you, which is 2020-354. The ordinance on the housing bonds, Housing Authority Daniel Brooks redevelopment.
Sure. So this is a capital project and ordinance that allows us to spend some bond money that was approved by the voters in November of last year. So this $6.5 million investment was approved by council back in May 2018, and it's essentially gap financing for the Daniel Brooks redevelopment project by the Housing Authority. The city's contribution is leveraged at 7-to-1, so it's a $43 million total project. The Housing Authority can start, according to our contract or our agreement, they can start requesting demolition costs be reimbursed in September, so this month. So we wanted to go ahead and get this in place with the full contribution being due in March, which we will issue when we issue our first round of general obligation bonds, which will come in the spring.
Thank you, Bobby. Any questions for Bobby on item 354?
In terms of the contract opportunities here, have they already been bidded on?
Sure. So the Housing Authority is working with Laurel Street developers. We will not have a direct role in that.
Okay.
The awarding of that contract. Eric, I don't know if you had any additional detail on that, but I believe it's all being taken care of from their end. We are, from our side, we'll be verifying that they're eligible expenses for the project.
That's correct.
Got you. Thank you.
This is more of a project that's really out of our hands, and we just have to pay our fair share of it to get the funding. All right, any other questions for staff? Hearing none, I'll let one of you guys make the final motion for the day.
So moved.
Right.
Second.
Motion by Councilwoman Peters, a second by Councilman Holmes. Councilman Holmes, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilwoman Peters, how do you vote?
Aye.
This is Councilman Jones, and I vote aye. That motion passes. Are there any other matters that need to come before the Finance Committee today? Hearing none, we are adjourned. See you Monday. Yeah.